John was the senior fatality on the aircraft. He was the senior officer in the aircraft. So as the battalion commander, I took it upon myself to be the notification officer for his family. And I was preparing myself to see Mrs. Quinlan, who, to the best of my knowledge, I had never met before. I was prepared for that. I felt like I had prepared adequately for that. What I wasn't prepared for when I rang the doorbell on a Sunday morning was for a 10-year-old girl to show up and answer the door.
The doorbell rang. I ran to go answer it, and I opened the door. I looked down, and there's immediately like shiny boot shoes, like, you know, like military boots, like just dress shoes. And I'm like, that's weird. I look up, and it immediately hit me. Like, there were no words spoken. I just immediately, the earth had shattered underneath of me, and it felt like the air had been knocked out of me. Like, I don't even remember if I was standing. I can't, like that entire moment was a blur, but like my heart sank so deep that I was positive that I would never feel okay again.
Our meeting, mine and Keely's meeting, was not something that she would remember with thankfulness necessarily, but something that really represented a real emotional stigma in her life, an unforgettable event that's probably, certainly the most horrible thing that's ever happened to her. And that kind of hit me in the gut, you know, to think that I was that representation of this tragedy to her.
We didn't really connect that much in like 3 years after. And I think it was like 2010, we added each other on Facebook and started like keeping up with each other's lives. Like, I added his wife, you know, I got to see their kids kind of grow up from like a stand back point.
When you put yourself out there, you're investing some emotional bandwidth in that, but I couldn't see any way that I could keep myself from doing that. I mean, these were people who had lost, you know, a family, 3 girls who had lost their father, and if I could in some way be there to help them work through that, or be a touch point or a friend for them, I desperately wanted to do that.
It's not his fault. It's no one's fault. I can't blame him for anything. It's just this horrible situation we've both been put in, and we've chosen to deal with it in the best way we know how.